So, like I was saying, this is Path of Acra. Path of Acra is a game that's in very, 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 very active development, as in, like, it updates a couple times a week, usually. I'm going to put a ad here on Discord for anybody who's paying attention. It's funny, I like pestered the dev of this game to get it listed on Twitch for a couple of weeks, and he's just like, all right, yeah, I forgot. I'm like, oh yeah, it's because I want to stream it. He's like, you actually stream it? Holy shit. Anyway, this is a game about making builds. And I'm just looking at this Zealot build I did last, which was pretty fun. You know, let's redo this Zealot build, right? So this Quamar Zealot is basically just thwack stuff with heavy arm. So you select a culture, and yes, skeleton is a culture. It's a very glorious culture. You select a class, and then you select a religion. This gives you your base stats. This gives you, like, basically the type of gear you want to be using. And then this gives you, like, your special abilities that are activatables. So we're going to play a blunt damage smacky guy. We have pretty low speed, so I want to increase my strength. Then we can select abilities. We get to select 2 base elemental columns. So there's, like, basically just martial prowess, or martial. There's fire, lightning, poison, death, ice, astral, psychic, life, and blood. We select 2. Yeah, well, I mean, you could be a skeleton death build and just, like, literally walk into the map and summon an army of skeletons every turn. This game's free, so you don't need to buy anything here. It does have a Steam page in the future, but for the future, where it will, I think, eventually cost $5. But I'm thinking we go. Well, we're gonna go martial. Take in extra armor. So this gives me on shrug off or block deal blunt damage to 3 adjacent enemies. I mean, we could go death. Yeah, this is free. We could go death. Although you can pay what you want. Like, if you want to tip it on top of it, you can do that. But it's just an active development, so the dev's just looking for feedback, right? So deal death damage to closest enemy. What do I want? Could go psychic. Psychic can be fun. Blunt and bleed, lightning. You know, blunt and poison might not be that bad. Per level, plus 20 armor, dealing or being dealt poison damage heals yourself. Problem is I have no heals for the first level. You know what? Let's actually just take this. On entrance, heal yourself. And chat, do you want to go death or poison? What do we think? Poison? Sathanos, thank you very much for the 23rd month. That's almost 2 years, man. So, when you doing Arch Crystal 2? People keep asking me when I'm going to start a new Long Death, so I guess I got to start asking you that. All right, well, you know what? Let's just hold off. I guess I could grab this right now. Yeah, fuck it. We'll grab that. So it's, if you've played Rift Wizard, it's the check the damage that they do, see what they resist. These guys resist psychic, but these guys don't resist anything, and they deal slash damage. We have our gear, and the gear that you're wearing changes what your dude looks like. So our 2 trees are going to be martial and poison. We have our prayers. You hit Alt to swap between targets. My prayers that I have right now, heal myself for 20% of your max life. Each charge grants 10 armor and 10 block. So as I let it charge up, I gain extra armor and block. So if I'm not praying, I gain armor and block, or I can pray and heal myself. Plus 1 charge when you enter a new area, less than 75% max life. With less than 75% of max life, you get -1 charge. So You were waiting for the Steam release for 2 years. You can wait another month. Oh, yeah, same. Wait, are you actually going to do another Arch Crystal when premium releases? I was kind of joking. New Long Death? No. People keep asking me. There's a difference between people asking me and me actually doing it. That was a pretty easy floor. I get the heal, moving into the new floor. Also, a neat reason to support this game is it's the first roguelike that I've ever played that runs in Godot. Okay, well that little AoE blunt damage I got is really helping. We get our first new piece of gear. What's this? Undealing ice damage. 50% of the damage is also dealt as fire damage. Well, I'm not doing any ice damage, so I'm just going to destroy that. It's worthless for me. I'm going to wait until we get one more point here. So until we level up one more time so that we can grab this, which is Toxikinesis, which I'm definitely certain is actually a word, which allows us to deal poison damage on target on hit and apply sickness. On apply sickness, deals poison damage to a number of adjacent targets. So we'll start having dot damage, which is good. So now is the other part of the game. We decide where we go. So we can hit tab to jump between these two. Land of Acra and the Dune Sea. You sense and hear a rattle of mad golems around here. These guys, mad golems. You will find a great axe fashioned from cosmic flame and turquoise gloves. Or we could fight these guys, which resist poison. Although these guys resist poison even more, so we want to go this way. You see a strange light flickers and a sleigh skirmers guard this place. You will find a thorny, vine-swaddled sash and a bladeless hilt. Let's go that way. Sounds like blunt damage. You've had Fortress planned for a while. You're just not sure if it's going to be as long, though. Gotcha. I'm looking forward to it. Ow! You fuckers hurt. Kind of really hurt. Might need to heal. I need 50 glory to level up. You also, the glory that you get, basically your experience from run to run. Ooh, what do you guys do? On hit, they teleport, they heal 20. Okay, well, they don't have any resistances. They teleported onto me, which is okay. I'm melee, so that's actually good for me. Let's level up my life a little bit, gain some health. As, like, a melee brawler, it's a good thing that they're teleporting onto me. Bladeless hilt, hey? Psychic damage, interesting. What does it do, though? So it hits for psychic damage instead of blunt. You know, let's throw this into the... Actually, do you... So I want to be hitting blunt damage, but I can wield this in my offhand. On dealing pierce damage does poison. I don't have anything that does pierce. That does psychic. Yeah, you know, Clino asked me that earlier today. Yeah, actually, bins. I've had to replace my beds twice in Long Death. It is the day 2 in the land of Acra. You gaze upon a green tower. You sense the rocks are smeared with dung. A terrible stench of blink beasts hunt here. You see a moss altar decorated with bleached skulls. You see the remains of a deified shrine. Travelers speak of the wings of death. You will find a dull blood-steeped short blade and a heavy battle spear. A carved sword infused with poison magic. So, what do you guys resist? Resist death and astral. Cool. That's death damage, the weird... Alright, so now we're going to deal poison. We just gained a lot of damage. But no actual constructed furniture, just bins. Let's level up my strength again. Once my speed gets better, once this stat stops being red, and my encumbrance stops being mad at me, which I think is one more level, we're going to start leveling up willpower and dexterity on and off. Those guys are weak. But yeah, I don't know. That poison damage is going to be useful as hell. I don't know how heavily you've been anticipating stuff, but I gotta say I'm stoked. It's gonna be a fun month. Also, if anybody's checking this game out for the first time and you have questions, just give me a shout. Sweet. There we go. We're no longer being battered by our encumbrance, which is gonna make us a lot stronger. We have 400 life. Holy shit. The Death Drake hisses viciously. The stench of riddlance. So Death Drake. Resists poison, resists death heavily. Very weak to astral. On hit, deal 10 death damage to a 2-tile area near the target. I need some poison resist. Wow, okay, that's... We do a lot of damage to that character considering it's a boss. Yeah, let's see, what do we get? Bone Knife. On apply bleed, deal 50 blood damage to 2 adjacent enemies. You slash, pierce, pierce. You know, let's put you on, because this little skirt here gives me resist pierce and resist poison. That gives me a huge bleed resist. What is this doing? Is this psychic? Dealing physical damage and create. Okay. Oh. That's a lot of poison damage. Do you need a slash? I don't think you do. I actually kind of want to go with this. Let's build you in the offhand. Oopsies. That's the wrong button. We could just take more. You know, honestly, let's learn 2 levels of that because it gives me better heals. Can I start the levels? Torch Priests. They resist fire, but they do a lot of fire damage. But yeah, no, this is a game that I've been like weirdly obsessed with. This is actually like one of the few games I've been actively playing off stream. Oh, how? Wow, that's a lot of resist on blunt damage. You resist fire, light. You don't resist. Chimera beetles are weak to lightning, but they deal slash damage. These guys resist fire. Torch priests are like weirdly spooky damage-wise. Chimera beetles, you will find a duelist's round shield, a great axe fashioned from sacred gold, shimmering violet spear, a crown of the Ratman. The crown of the Ratman is fun. It just summons Ratman. But yeah, I don't generally make my furniture out of wood indoor fort just like at all. So, fortunately, it hasn't been too much of an issue for me. Okay. Getting bleed stacks on me. Level up will. I haven't needed to use my prayers at all. We're getting to that point. Oh, those are chimera beetles. Fortunately, I also teleport when I use my heal. Okay, these things hurt. We're getting to the part where the game goes, you're not in Kansas anymore. We're gonna heal again. Also, if anybody is checking this game out in chat, give me a shout. I'm curious as to what you think. I love how these chimera beetles are hurting each other. Ow. At least they die to that poison pretty quick once I get those stacks in. There you go. Jeez. It's kind of a rough fight. Hey, it's a golden axe. Path of Acra. Yeah. Here's a link. Wow, that's a lot of resists. I almost want to wield that just for the resists. It's like just 10% and everything. You do blunt. You know, let's actually wield that in my main hand. So I'm wielding a shield as my weapon. Because it does blunt damage. I mean, what does that do? 160 hit blunt? 40 hit blunt. Could swap weapons, I suppose. Let's just swap hands. And apply bleed and poison, maybe? No, let's take that. Take the axe for a bit. See how that works. Just looking at it the other day, this game? Via one of my things that I did? Ooh, I don't like those resistances, but don't have much of an option. Okay, that shield's working. I just need to do blunt damage to get my procs, so we're okay. Let's level up Dex. Also, chat, we're a little lurky since I've swapped over to this game, so could I get a round of beers? We're lurking in the channel, just listening. Just type in the word beer. Let's see how many beers we can get. While I wait in this corner. Oh yeah, that was easy. You were just randomly browsing and it caught your eye? Where were you browsing out of curiosity? Just wondering if you found the Steam page or not. Just fire, deal slash, psychic. Just need, I mean, that's physical, but I mean, that's blunt. Steam? Oh, neat. Yeah. That's a funny coincidence then. Right, these guys, they just resist everything that I do, which is... Except for my, like, alternate effects, which is good. So as long as I get the bleed... Not bleed, the... As long as I get my... procs on them, I'm good. And I still have my teleport and heal, so... Let's level up Dex. Actually, hold on a second. Oh, I see the problem here. Okay. I fucked up my encumbrance super heavily. I don't have enough strength to wield what I'm trying to wield right now. Robe of Dreams, eh? Plus 10 armor. I will wear that. Brazen Eye. Does psychic damage. It's got 5 range. Okay, that's absolutely not what we need. Okay. I think I'm going to go back to my flail, actually. And just go back to the blunt damage. Have I ever tried Noida? I don't see well enough to play Noida. I have. It's a really cool game, and I respect the hell out of it, but it's like... Single pick... If games were like an individual pixel, touching an individual pixel can kill you, I don't want to play it. It's just... It's not fun. I enjoy watching Noida, though. On dealing or being dealt poison damage, heal yourself. Yes. Okay, well, I'm not going to go to this tower, even though you get a magic staff abandoned by a blue mage and icon. Mostly because I just don't want to deal with those guys. Now let's go there. You'll find a thick, brutish chest plate and a pair of blue and white gloves. I could use some gloves. Yeah, I know. A lot of people love that game. I mean, it's a really fucking neat thing. Oh, thanks for healing me. Although, I think these things heal when they get poison dealt to them, don't they? All right, I need to crit it, basically. That's fun. Level up strength. This is going to be an interesting floor. I have this ability, by the way, where I recite the somber punishment. It deals 250 blunt damage in one path to an enemy. +1 charge if your deal... Okay. Let's kind of... Well, this is kind of goofy. I was able to kill the other ones. Oh, there's the lightning gloves. At least I move faster than they do. Can I change armor? I don't think I can. Just perplexed as to why I was able to hurt the previous ones, but not these ones. Did I just get really lucky with crits or something? Yeah, maybe it's because there's two of them. I don't know. I don't think they have any kind of crowd grouping. It's not nailed. Oh, there we go. I crit it. I think it's just I need to get really lucky with dice rolls. Because I haven't changed my loadout at all. I do blunt damage if there's multiple things near me. This is funny. Unfinished game, ladies and gents. It's a sad day that I don't. See how many stacks. How much am I actually healing? Poison the Spore Beast by 1. You dodge. All right, well, I've learned my lesson. Don't dedicate entirely towards poison. Maybe I can, like, kite one of them away. Or, like, make them stand at an angle where I can separate them. I was thinking maybe I could split them up. I have killed them already. These ones are identical to the ones I've already killed with the exact same build. I mean, what have I changed? I've changed my armor, which just gives me resists. That's all it does. +1 encumbrance, obviously. really makes me wish that I could equip a new weapon, regardless of if enemies are at hand, in exchange for losing like 2 or 3 turns. Because like, him hitting me just heals me. Like, if I look at this, break his guard, pummel him for 1, apply sickness, poison Spore Beast. Spore Beast sickens you. Poison Spore Beast. Spore Beast heals for 10. So it's like I'm doing 9 damage to it, and it's healing for 10. And I don't actually think I can let it kill me either. Well, that's unfortunate. There we go. Let's try that same build, but instead let's go with Hadad, which is this god, which is the same. Well, actually, no. Let's go slightly different. Let's be an undead. Let's be an undead Marbazon Hadad worshiper. So this gives us 150 life, very low stats, but a lot of resistances, really weak to astral, right? This gives us some strength, some dex, and we deal slash damage by default. And then this just makes us summon lightning and fire from fucking nowhere. Let's go be a thunder thrall, if you will. And I'm gonna immediately start off by working on my strength. And obviously we are going to summon army of warrior skeletons when we spawn in. And each point spent in death grants you 2% death resistance. And deal death damage to 2 adjacent enemies and heal yourself. So now I'm a skeleton who summons skeletons. A grand culture. Oh, also I shoot fire and lightning. I'm truly terrifying. Truly, truly terrifying. This one encumbrance, just more resists versus the... What? I mean, I guess I could wield 2 shields, but that's not what I want to do. Wield an offhand. On adjacent block, perform an extra attack. Ooh. Sure, we'll just destroy the basic shield. No reason to keep it. But, I don't know. F's for that previous run or something. You're weak to ice. This place is you. Ooh, you attack with slash damage. What about you? Attacks with fire damage. Turquoise-shaped short blade and a shield of dull ivory. A yellow mage's cap and an icon sacred to a mysterious order. All right, game, you got me. I'm interested. So, Stone, it seems like it's another quiet chat night. And also to anybody who's still hanging out, I appreciate you guys. Thank you much. I'll walk around this AoE. Anything that keeps the chat moving is greatly appreciated. But if you gotta be quiet, that's fine too. You died really quick. literally just sidestepping this fire. This is wait a turn. It's one of your later nights? What's the occasion? Deal death damage to yourself. Deal death damage to all enemies in a 2-tile range. Deal death damage to a target on heal. Sure. Also worth noting, my basic spell heals me for 50. Accidental nap. Oh. Slide to the left to avoid the fire. Slide to the right. Get burned by fire. Speaking of fire, this is a crappy map for fire. Fortunately, it will eventually just come over here. Oh, it's that thing. Oh, shit! It's a hat that does death damage. Gotta love it. Sorry, the skeleton without a hat on is kind of funny looking. Resist death. On attack, deal 15% death damage. Sure. That's good. Resist psychic on dealing psychic damage. Okay, so that's not super useful. This... Oh. This I can destroy. And that I won't. That I don't think I'll need, so I can destroy that. Hey, Massive. What's up? It's the Cheese Runner, peoples. This week, you were hoping to catch me playing it. Great find. Yeah, Dev's a cool dude, too. Literally, like, this is one of those games that I actually found through Twitter, oddly enough. It's like, it's games like this that keep me on Twitter. I found this through Turn-Based Thursday initially, and then just roguelike hashtags. I'm kind of stuck on what okay, so, like, strength gives you physical, extra damage of physical, right? And Dex increases plus 5% damage if physical divided by inflexibility, right? And then willpower, non-physical divided by inflex. I think we should do that. We'd be going for will. Because a lot of my damage is coming from the fact that I'm shooting frickin' lightning and fire out of my face. Also, I'm a skeleton. Let's go. Is that your real life class, Stone? That was an easy map. I will say there is one issue that I do kind of have with this game. It feels like it has a learning curve that does like, or a difficulty curve in each run that does this real flat, and then boom, it gets hard after the first tower. It's kind of one of the issues that I think this game currently has. Go follow Turn-Based Thursday on Twitter. Lightning and fire to the face, time for a dentist. I mean, I'm a skeleton. Also, he doesn't look like he's got a very toothy smile. I mean, look at that. Slash. I mean, I'm currently doing slash. 200. On initial attack, gain an extra attack, which is basically just on initial attack, shoot extra lightning out of my face. Okay. Wave a box with the 65th month.
65.
You know, I want to go against these guys just to, like, show them. Ooh, a staff. But that's useless to me. Spear's probably more useful, but let's go this way. Chat, can I get a real big round of beers for the first ever subscriber to this channel? Who's still subscribed after all these months? Level up Will. Yeah, look at that. It fires off twice. Wow, okay. I like this sword. On initial attack, gain extra attack, which is very helpful when, like, all of your damage just comes from hitting things. Alright, these things need to die. But yeah, I can tell if a game is good. Ooh, a death staff. I can tell if a game is good because I don't play a lot of games off stream. And if I suddenly catch myself streaming a shit ton of a game or playing a ton of a game off stream, I know it's good, or at the very least, I like it. And this is in that category, where I've put quite a bit of time into this game off stream. So it's a staff, like an actual death staff. That's kind of neat. I think we're going to stick with the sword, because that's not actually where my damage is coming from. I deal death damage, but that's not where my damage is coming from. Torch Priests. Don't really want to fight Chimera Beetles. Brown and Turquoise Sash, a prized relic of the Burning Serpent Cult. Alright, well, let's go kill the Burning Serpent Cult, shall we? I mean, I have a Death Hat already. You can call me Death Hatter. I'm gonna just give myself some more life because I feel like I'm gonna need it. That's what I like to see. Owie. Can you heal me? I also summon those little skelly thralls when I use my spell, by the way. It's not a very spammable spell. DF is a bit hard to follow as there are a few different places where tidbits will pop up, Steam newsletter, Bay 12 devlogs, forum posts, but if you want a one-stop shop for all DF related tidbits and some expert commentary on what it all actually means, I really recommend the veteran. I'm a DF veteran now? Jeez. Although I will say, hours? More like minutes. Come on. It's usually within the hour, but yeah. And I can use that notoriety from people being super kind to me with Dwarf Fortress to promote games like this. It's like the actual end game for me. It's like, yeah, I mean, being successful streaming Dwarf Fort's cool, but like, what if undealing blunt, deal ice? Resist poison, undealing poison, deal fire. Okay. I feel like I should just be using the death staff, but like my class doesn't really lend itself to that. Deal death damage to yourself. Deal death damage to all enemies in a 2-tile range. Each point spent in death grants you a 2% resistance. Do that. But that's very nice. So, where was that? That was posted on the Steam community forums? Really now? I want to go look. It's a thread that I can get behind. Could you like either could you DM me a link to that thread? Not that I'm just gonna pop in there and be like, hi, Clino sent me, but wow, you're weak to psychic. They're weak to fire. Yeah, that's a doable boss, I think. What do we get for it? An enormous club of feral lands, a great axe fashioned from a sacred gold, and a robe abandoned by a volcano-dwelling sage. All right, that sounds flamey. Let's go. I don't know what I immediately killed upon entering the level, but I killed something. Let's take a point in dex. Okay. Well, I'm two-shotting things. Sadly, OP deleted the thread. Why? It's very kind of OP regardless. Although I'm being really slow this week. As in I haven't posted Future of the Fortress video yet. I don't know. Oh, there's something right there. That's dead. I was gonna say, that's like the nicest endorsement my channel's ever had. There was actually one time, one of my interviews, it was the Songs of Six interview. I got linked on a pretty long-standing RPG forum and blog called RPG Codex. And it was this really funny thing where it was just like, really boring interview, but the actual content is great. It's like, yeah, okay, I can live with that. Connie, well. How do I want to do about this? Let's just take these guys out because they hurt my skellies, and I'm not a fan of that.
Let's take a lovely fruit, the tomato. Remove everything that's good from it, the seeds, the vitamins, the nutrients, everything that's good about it, and just jam it full of shit, garbage, shit sugar, and put it in a shit bottle that sounds like shit when you put it on your shit. It's shit! Stop eating ketchup!
I like that that's just probably the most popular, most used sound command that you guys have. It's just the most frequently used one. It just overshadows everything else. It was a good rant. The best rants are the ones that don't actually offend or hurt anybody. Although I think that rant actually did offend somebody, though. The Thunder Drake roars, sparks dance through the air. Resists fire and lightning. Cool. Fortunately, I also do death damage. And resist like everything, so it's fine. Ooh. It's okay, my second prayer does a lot of damage. Sweet. Let's see what we got. Resist fire and resist lightning. Can I wield that? Yes, I can. Destroy that. The slash damage. I want that double attack, though. I'm spoiled by that double attack. Like, I'm not going to use anything else that's blunt. Like, if it doesn't give me a double attack, like, I'm just not going to bother. You have a good night, Audio. Thanks for hanging out. We're chilling. Be on tomorrow. Great, I have to fight Chimera Beetles. At least I just got a bunch of resistances for these guys. Let's level up willpower. Orange, thanks for the 22nd month.
Nobody expects a sub-adversary.
I don't want to sound mean or anything, but I do actually, but... You know what's a good upgrade for a skill chat? When the skill's called summon skeletons? How about we just summon more skeletons? How does that sound? So instead of summoning 2, I think we'll summon 3. Yes, infinity. 4, actually. I lied. I'm not sure what I just did, but it worked. Yeah, I mean, we're just having a party, you know? In other news, completely unrelated. Ooh. Interesting. I just realized that it shows your traits down here, and they have different icons. I never noticed that before. All right, so you just resist a bunch of blunt and slash stuff, gotcha? And that's just fire and lightning. That's 15 encumbrance. Yeah, I'm not gonna have enough encumbrance for that anytime soon, so fuck that. You'd have waited to make a V for Vendetta reference? Well, that's fair. God, these things are spooky as fuck looking. Long legs. Oh, they're weak to fire. Well, that's good. How about you? You just resist blunt and pierce? A large red glove. Let's go get a large red glove. But yeah, no, I gotta say, massive corporation. You gotta get in on that turn-based Thursday stuff. I think it's just as easy as like following the turn-based Thursday account, and then just like every Thursday, just tweet at them with the hashtag, and it's literally just like pitch your game kind of deal. I don't want to take damage from this. Just gonna keep walking away. Am I walking faster than you? No, I think you're walking faster than me, but I can dodge and smack you. There you go. Smack that out on the floor. Smack that till you get sore. I've got almost all. Okay, so I need 7 glory, and then we can get the Blight Cult, which summons a number of Death Priests. I think I'm gonna save. Let's go for them Death Priests. I am not even sure what just caused that repeating attack, but I'm okay with it. You're seeing animals as leaders on the 5th of November? Remember. I gotta say that the set that they're playing on this current tour is phenomenal, by the way. They know what their audience wants. They play a really good combination of literally all their best shit. It's so good. It's like, yo, we're going to play the entirety of the new album. Also a greatest hits collection. Let's go. A Rudy Fist. Or a Ruby Fist? Ruddy Fist. Resist blood on attack with bare fist. Oh. I mean, that's not super useful. You resist everything. Even death. Fuck that. I'm gonna keep leveling up my summoned allies because we're going for the death cults, so. This is gonna hurt. Whoa. Fortunately, I have that really strong heal. Oh, this is bad. What is that? Blunt damage? Can I get a resist blunt? We're dead. Ouch. How many followers I have because of how sassy you look. Yeah, well, I mean, they ain't following me anymore. Not a bad run, though. He is pretty sassy, like, snazzy looking. That actually is one thing I adore about this game, is like the guy that's making it, Ulfsire, he really likes making pixel art. He's like, my favorite part of making games is making pixel art. He's just like, builds a whole bunch of items, makes unique sprites for them. All right, well, let's try something completely polar opposite to that. How about we? Unless we just want to do the exact same thing. I mean, we could be like a druid skeleton with the death and healing god. How would that work? That's just a lot of resists. On summon, we summons... On entrance, we summon serpents. Heal and deal 25 death damage to an enemy. That could be interesting. We could do more of like a summoning-based skeleton build. Let's try that. Anyway, F's for that last run, chat. Level up Spud. We resist poison. We have a staff that shoots. Oh no. This is actually like the worst possible start we could have here. Since I'm weak to Astral, why not just go for Astral? Teleport to the closest enemy. No, and apply stasis. On prayer, teleport to a random tile. Apply stasis to yourself. There we go. Now I actually do damage. So we're like an astral poison druid, basically. Hello, RSG. How is we? I hit this guy. And as whenever I use my prayers, which is this, it summons more it summons more snakes. Or actually, Slouching Dead, which, wow, that's a lot of resistances. Very weak to Astra once again. Means I'm probably gonna accidentally just kill my own. It's fine. They don't mind. Increase accuracy and hit of summoned allies. Yes, please. We're an astral druid. I don't know how well this run's gonna go, though. All right. What did I just pick up? Could wield that in offhand. That's gonna fuck up my encumbrance. I don't want to be hitting things on adjacent anyway. Hound Alpha, an enchanted skull helm, and a misshapen shield of dull ivory. Good to hear, sir. How's sleep been recently? Possible, I hope. I'm just gonna level up my life because currently I don't think I have any heals. I need like an on-deal astral damage heal thing or something. Well, we're getting there. The question is, can I live? I think I'm dead. Yeah, as fun as that neat idea is, I don't think it's gonna work unless I get some sort of like sustain right off the bat. So let's try that again. Let's see if we start that build slightly differently. And maybe don't go for Astral. Is there any? Heal yourself and deal astral damage on teleportation. I don't know if I want to do that. Instead, let's just go death. Go death. Grab skeletons. Deal death to the damage and heal yourself. Let's just do that. But also off poison because skeleton. Because of course our culture is the glorious culture of being a skeleton. So, on a scale from 1 to 10, RSG, how stoked are you about the fact that Dwarf Fortress is releasing in a couple of weeks? You must be super excited. I can hardly believe that you've contained your excitement this long. You're stoked for me and fans of the game. Yeah, that's kind of figured. I need a hat. Very hatless. 12, 6, 22. Damn right. Man, these guys just resist everything. I don't like those guys. You can deal with them, though. Deal ice damage. I just want something that's elemental. Can also just do entangle. Prayer, heal yourself, and summon Garshlings. Or we could do unstable thirst and go blood damage. On hit, heal yourself. Yeah, let's go blood. Let's go death, poison, blood kinda. Wow, I just one-shot him. Kind of multi-round approach. I don't know. I haven't played City Skylines in so long. I couldn't really tell you. I think you're probably more of an expert on that subject than me at this point. Elm of Pure Emerald. Wow, that's a lot of poison resist. A lot of encumbrance. I don't like the encumbrance. I mean, why do we need a new one? What more could they really do with the system? Aside from maybe an engine upgrade. And then get a flooded with negative reviews because it wouldn't have as much content as the old game. And would probably break a lot of mods. Shimmering Violet Spear. Horrific statue made of dung. Okay, so it's the Rat King. I think we can do Rat King. I'm not immediately regretting this. I'm kind of regretting that. I've never even heard of this game. Let's just hit you. I mean, here's the thing, right? I don't really want games to be remade. I want games to be preserved and made available for sale. Really big difference. Can I restore my health? Yeah, I restore my health by dealing damage. I'm not dealing a lot of damage is the problem. But this guy is mostly focused on resistances. I can also pray to restore my health. I haven't bothered. 1 deal damage to 2 adjacent enemies. Heal yourself. It's like, I don't know, it's a very AAA mindset to be like, I want games to be remade. It's like, who's actually happy that Last of Us Part 1 just got remade. Like, who's that for? They're just selling you the same game again. Yeah, the new Unreal Engine has taught me one thing. And that's thing is pretty fucking simple. This guy does poison. No, he does. Oh, no, not you. What do you do? Sickness and bleeding. Yeah, no, the new Unreal Engine stuff has taught me one thing, and that's I don't want games to look that good. Like, it makes me genuinely uncomfortable looking at new Unreal games. But, I don't know, maybe I'm old. We need a Last of Us 2 remake? Yeah, see, that's the right thing to say in this conversation. Yes, definitely. Couldn't agree more. A rat's dead. Where that? On being attacked, heal 5. 20 encumbrance. Okay. I can hold that. That's pretty late game. 6 encumbrance. Resist death. Okay. On being dealt non-physical damage, deal 20 death damage to all adjacent units. Ugh. That could be neat. That's 5 armor, 1 encumbrance. On dealing astral damage, I don't deal astral damage, but the resist lightning and astral would be useful. You want realism? Not everything needs realism. So, I don't know. I don't want as many games to be remade as they're remaking. Games being remade is just literally a corporate, like, excuse to just force you to give them more money for not enough actual reason. I'm not a big fan. I'm looking forward to Cheese Runner Remastered. Although if it gets me more content, I unironically wouldn't mind that. I think I'm dead. Ratman kills me. Well, just died to a Ratman. $60 billion polygons of Gorgonzola. You know, someone might actually be into that, so be careful. I mean, we could just play like let's do something completely different. Let's just play like the warrior build. Although, let's take warrior. Go strong, resist pierced, summon a Tugar. Yeah, that could work. I love this dude's mustache for this sculpture, the Metar. Such a good mustache. Obviously, we need stir. Holy shit. Okay, well, the stuff's heavy as fuck. Alright, so we do slash damage. Or level heal. Martial Emmett, if slash weapon gain extra number of attacks. Yes, please. So we're martial. I don't know what I want to do a second one, so I'll just wait. Hey, Tacker. What's up? Lemmings? Lemmings is a good time. I'm just gonna pump 2 levels into the new level, heal myself. I need 17 strength before I actually get over this encumbrance, so Level up strength. A mind diamond, eh? Resist psychic. Is this like a tinfoil hat? Wait, hold on. How many? 3 encumbrance, 15 armor. Oh, that actually lowers my encumbrance, which... Wow, this dude has such snazzy hair. Holy shit, look at that. Oh my god. What does that do? So I got this, which does slash. This does pierce. 50, though, versus 180. It's a magical tinfoil. It's a diamond tinfoil hat, actually. Shoutouts to my pet for doing all the work on that one. So because my primary damage source is going to be physical until I select an element, we just need to figure out what element we want. That's slash 160 versus 180, but what do you do? Resist fire on dealing slash damage. 50% of the damage is dealt as fire. Do like. Plus 10 armor, plus 1 encumbrance. On being attacked, deal psychic. So now I deal psychic damage and fire damage, as well as my normal damage. And I'm saving for something pricey. I just haven't decided yet. Green dragon. Yeah, we could go that way. I mean, you know that there's text adventures in my Discord, right? And I also semi-actively play a MUD, which is a multiplayer text adventure. So yes, I remember text adventures. I also sort of play a text adventure on stream from time to time, War Sim. It's another neat game if you've never heard of. Chat room, you should go check out. Super cheap. It's kind of like text-based Mountain Blade. As in, like, the kingdom management side of Mountain Blade. Okay, I should just hit him, because that's just going to kill him. I once had a build in this game where, like, I didn't do any damage and all of my elemental attacks and abilities were just focused on them hurting me, and when they hurt me, I did death damage back to them. I just resisted everything and just like walked through the entire game. It was pretty great. That psychic damage is strunk. Yeah, too. Kinda tempted to go down the death tree, but pierce per level, shrug off or block. Deal blunt damage on being dealt 25 damage or more. Deal blunt damage to a target and heal yourself. So if I take 25 damage or more, let's take that. For this run, I am a stir enjoyer. We shall enjoy the stir. Ever had a game that was great, but they added too much stuff to it and it became overwhelming? I generally play games that are the opposite, that are overwhelming and have a shit ton of stuff, and then they add more. I'm just kind of used to it, and I don't generally get overwhelmed by games. If a game's overwhelming, I just don't play it. I just one-shot the boss of this floor. Well, what do you give me, game? If two-handing attacks area, can do an AoE, pierce damage. 180 versus 160. I'm definitely going to stick with the sword that I've been using. Actually, just going to destroy that because I don't actually need it anymore. This is the thing I was looking for. 300% accuracy pierce. So you don't care about offhand. So I'm going to wield you in the offhand. On adjacent dodge, perform an extra attack against attacker. Interesting. I have big knife and little knife, chat. If you don't like my little knife, you'll hate my big knife. If you mean that in a bad way than Minecraft? Yeah, I don't know. I don't get overwhelmed by games, really. Psychic damage is super fucking helpful. Look at that. Like, they deal damage to me, and then they just die. Isn't that awesome? And it heals me. Upon being dealt 25 damage or more, I deal the damage back to them and heal myself. That's awesome. That is awesome. I'm just like a psychic brawler. Let's fucking go. And I just got some really snazzy ass pants. Look at that. Plus 10 encumbrance. Resist blunt on step or attack. Deal blunt damage to all adjacent units. Do want. Although we're gonna wear the Minehunter sash, which is a fancy skirt, I think. And it resists slash and resists psychic. On dealing psychic damage, 50% of the damage is dealt as slash damage. Yes. That's a combo. Look at that shit. Can I put the head gem on yet? Resist psychic on attack, deal 15 psychic. Yep. A lot of gimmick mechanics on top of each other to fix long-standing issues. Capcom, you know, I have never played. Well, that's not true. I have played. Yeah, we can do that. I haven't played a Street Fighter game since Street Fighter 2. So. Wow. But that does definitely seem like a good example of games becoming too overwhelming. Ooh, that hurt. Weak to poison. Got it. And get me a poison resist. I'm kind of tempted to just jump into the poison tree like right now. So I now heal more at the start of each level and I deal poison damage. Or rather, I take poison damage, I heal. So poison now heals me. It's pretty efficient. I like that. I never really got into Prison Architect, so I don't know if that's a great example for me. Honestly, like, I mean, if you want an actual example of that, and it's not because of the complexity, but RimWorld. And it's not because the game got too complex, it's the game removed a lot of the weird mechanics that I liked. The game was more complex in a lot of ways, and more random, and more procedural in its early development. What's the second spell? Do I need to read it again? Astral damage to all enemies in a 4-tile radius, and when you recite... oh. Okay. So, like, I loved Alpha RimWorld, but by the time it hit Beta, I didn't like it anywhere near as much. And by the time it released, I didn't want to play it anymore at all. It's not like it was too much, though. I mean, like, I could do it. I liked the mechanics that it had previously significantly more. Although, you know, RSG, I'll be honest with you. You confuse the crap out of me with your taste in games because you're a person who really likes simulators. You enjoy simulators. So you'd think you'd want complexity, but whenever you talk about complex games, you seem to get really mad when they have a lot of complexity. Oh, stench of fire. Oh, ripple of ice. Like you want simulators that are visually simulating. Simulating? But you don't seem to want simulators that are mechanically simulating, if that makes any sense, which is odd to me. I want the opposite. I want mechanical simulation. I don't want visual simulation. Could not care less about mechanical simulation. I'm gonna pump this into health, because that's gonna hurt, and it did, but it's fine, we got off of it. Arm. Plus 45 armor, okay. Bunch of resists, absolutely. Don't need that. Nah. Death Staff's pretty tempting. Keeping that for later. Keeping that in case. Getting rid of that. Getting rid of that. Getting rid of that. Getting rid of that. No, they're not, though. Simulators simulate, which is the opposite of straightforward. But I don't know. This is a weird discussion, and I don't really know the point of it. But neither of those are simulators. Roller Coaster Tycoon is a self-built puzzle game where you create your own puzzles. Same with most Tycoon games. They're not simulators. They're business management games based on arbitrary numbers that don't actually exist. Like, a simulator is No Limits 2. That's like a theme park simulator. Theme park tycoon games are not simulators. In Tupac's California Love video? I mean, if I take the helmet off, definitely. I mean, oh, I can't do anything for that now. Just wait until this fight's over. You need to see this guy's fucking cowlick. Just look at this shit. Look at this. Look at that haircut. Look at that fucking mustache, dude. Like, he's just like, he's got handlebar mustache. Like, if I could just like make the helmet invisible for this build, I would. Because it's just like, he's got like the side sway. Does yeah, this dude needs to show up on a fucking Harley and then pull out dual wielding swords and just like backflip off of it. Who wouldn't follow that guy? I don't know. This is like the second coming of Christ as far as I'm concerned. Look at this fucking dude. Oh, man. How much more strength do I need to actually be able to carry my shit? Oh my god, I'm so inflexible. Okay, that's adding to my plus inflexibility. Divides dexterity and damage force. I need some dexterity points. That's what we need. It's literally like fantasy Mr. T. High fantasy Mr. T is this character. Although I think Mr. T, if he was real, would do psychic damage when he hits you. This game is just fun to exist in my opinion. So I'm real curious if you guys are as entertained by this shit as me. They don't look very flexible. Certainly not, no. Remember the elf mom? Man, I'll be honest, I haven't thought about Mr. T in a while. Just want that 60 armor though. That's fine, but this is plus 10 encumbrance. It's like suddenly 22 encumbrance. So I need 3 so that I can deal poison. You resist psychic? They're really weak to astral. Oi. Oi. That shit hurts, man. This is a problem. I'm dead. F's for Mr. T. The skin priests. Ugh. It was day 7. Pretty good. We pity the fool. We do in fact pity the fool. All right, now I swear I'm not doing this just because Massive Corporation is in the chat, but it's time to run some cheese and then call it a night. What do you think, chat? Cool as hell game though. Once again, if you haven't checked this game out, I recommend giving her a shot. I do genuinely recommend that game. It's cool as hell and it's free and it runs in a browser. It even sort of works in a browser on a phone. In the hat department of Acra? No, I don't even know how you would give us unlockable hats in Cheese Runner. No, like I'll be honest, like Path of Acra is just a beautiful little game. Like it is super fucking cool. Although I will say this, I am where am I? Almost at 1 billion.